Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We're going to be talking about Alpha 4.2.1 and loads of hotfixes that have been applied to that patch. Loads more. There's been server maintenance, which has helped a lot, but it's certainly not perfect. There are still problems with that patch and we want to talk about that. Also, we've had a This Week in Star Citizen post which will tack the 4.2.1 issues too, and let's just talk about it. This Week in Star Citizen post. Last week, we launched Alpha 4.2.1, Race for Stanton, introducing a variety of new content and fixes. First off, we want to give a big thanks to everyone who took the time to report issues during launch and in the following days. Throughout the weekend, the team deployed a number of updates addressing issues related to the resource drive event. We've made solid progress improving the availability of the intro mission, and we want to reassure you that we're actively working to resolve the remaining issues. Additional fix candidates are currently undergoing validation, including updates aimed at various freight elevator issues, such as cases where entities interfere with their functionality. We're aiming to roll out these soon, along with further improvements. To support these efforts, we've scheduled a 4-hour maintenance window for Tuesday, the 22nd of July, beginning at 1 PM UTC. So that was yesterday. That window has passed, and they've deployed a load of hotfixes. Let's talk about some of this hotfix stuff. CIG put out a series of hotfixes for the frustrating stack of issues that Alpha 4.2.1 has had, and most of them are to do with the actual event, but there are others. Before that latest set of hotfixes, they had already tried to address stability and crashes, mission spawning, the spreading of missions so they're not all in one little area, and tried to get players across multiple servers, multiple locations, rather than one little tiny one altogether. They tried to address infinite loading and login issues. Yesterday, 22nd of July, there was another set of those hotfixes and server maintenance to those live servers. CIG said, along with the live maintenance, we have updated all the clients and shards to the latest hotfix. This includes a few updates and fixes for freight elevators, missions, and Linux. There is an additional service-side hotfix to allow for small, medium, and large cargo hauling missions to round robin across locations and have higher availability. Great, that's super essential because there's not enough missions to go round for the new event. Accessing the freight manager during item transfer could have caused items to not register in the location inventory and could prevent mission completion. Hopefully that's solved now. Non-instanced freight elevators wouldn't lower and items placed on them wouldn't register in the terminals due to some streaming issues, and Linux users were unable to load the main menu. A lot of this stuff's been fixed now, and they continue to fix some of the other egregious problems. I did see that they are testing 2 new hotfixes as well, with the possibility of rolling them out over the next couple of days. So this is moderately egregious. This is really annoying if someone wants to try and ruin your day. There's a cargo area present on top of the freight elevators, on top of the sort of building for it, and placing loose items there can cause eternal error with those freight elevators, so you have to move that stuff off, but sometimes it can remain broken. It's just an annoying bug that you want to get solved, otherwise people are going to exploit it and do silly stuff with it. Resource gathering and intro and hauling missions, sometimes you are unable to complete that contract, which obviously is not ideal, so CIG are trying to address that and more. The fixes they've already put in place have helped significantly, but there is more to be done. I'll dig into the state of the patch later this week, as currently it's better than it was, but there's still not enough missions for demand, especially those for the new event. Freight elevators are much better from what I can tell, but still not ideal, and there's a lot of bugs still associated with them. But more hotfixing, more stability, that sort of stuff coming in the next couple of days should do a world of good. Going back to the This Week in Star Citizen post, last weekend, Tampa hosted the Bar Citizen World Tour, bringing together both new and familiar faces in a day of camaraderie and enthusiasm. We are grateful to all who joined us and helped make the Gulf Coast stop so special. Our journey continues next at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. We hope to see you there. If you can attend one of these Bar Citizens where CIG are going to be, it's worthwhile. They've got those new Wicklow items that you can get, little cards. They sometimes give away away ships, and there's lots of cool stuff that could happen. And you can ask questions of some of the staff that are there, which is cool. If you have attended one of these bar citizens and you were privy to, talking to some devs about something, feel free to send me that information on my Discord, whatever, discord.gg/BoredGamer, and I'll potentially include that in a video. Thursday's episode of Star Citizen Live is sounding extra crisp because the audio team is in the studio. From thruster roars to ambient noise, they're behind every pew, rumble, and whoosh you hear in Star Citizen. Drop them questions on the Spectrum thread, and on the Thursday 24th at 3 PM UTC, you can catch that live on Twitch for a deep dive into sound design, music, and the magic that makes the verse sing. Interestingly, some people that might not necessarily be as interested in audio as other stuff like ships or whatever, audio team, they do a lot of downstream work on ships, and obviously lots of stuff that's going to be in 4.3 and 4.3.1 or whatever the patches after that. So we might actually get some interesting information about what they are working on and how that's going to affect some of the patches in the very near future. Obviously Friday you'll get the RSI newsletter with sneak peeks and stuff like that. Typically I summarize those on the weekend. Saturday, Atmo Esports Gravity Rush accelerates into round 3 of the group stage. A fresh wave of elite racers will face off on gravity-defying tracks, pushing their skills to the limit. Catch all of that on the Atmo Esports Twitch channel at 6 PM UTC on Saturday if you are interested. I love some of these cool fan events like Daymar Rally and the Atmo Esports, different race courses that they do. Absolutely awesome. Because what they do with those races, those sort of big fan things, will affect the game in the future for sure. Like CIG will be able to go, let's take these cool ideas from racing and actually evolve the racing gameplay in-game with those in mind. I mean, they've affected racetracks already, right? Something else I do want to briefly mention, Hurston Dynamics, as part of the resource rush, they appear to be quite significantly ahead. It doesn't mean they're definitely going to win, but a lot of people seem to be backing Hurston Dynamics, either because they're genuinely the favourite or they like the branded gear the most. You can earn pretty much all the rewards for all of the different corporations if you play enough. Just get enough contribution and you'll get up to tier 5 rewards for all of them, but only one of those corporations will be crowned the actual winner, so bear that in mind. Talking about being crowned winners, the ship showdown is going to be starting up pretty soon, at least the social media phase of that, which I assume they'll be doing again this year. Get ready to make a load of noise about the ship or vehicle that is your favourite that's flyable in-game at the moment, or drivable in-game at the moment or whatever. I suspect this year we're going to have things like the Idris and the ATLS doing pretty well, but let's see who makes the cut and what's going to be happening with that. Boom! That's your updates today. Please tell me in the comments below what your experiences of Alpha 4.2.1 Live, what are your experiences of the Resource Drive event, who are you supporting in that Resource Drive event, have you actually been able to get on and do some of those missions, or is stuff just too buggy, is it too broken? Have you been to a bar citizen before? Are you going to be going to one later this year? Or whatever your thoughts or questions, comments below. And something else you should do down below is click on the links to NordVPN, best darn VPN we've ever advertised. Oh, what's that? NordVPN for better accessibility, security, and privacy on the internet? But don't mind if I do. Big discounts. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and July 2025 is no different. We're giving away a Prowler utility with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package. All you need to jump into the game with a stealthy cargo ship. It's all you need to start your career as a hauler or maybe a pirate. Comment on any of our videos made during this month to be in for a chance of winning that. If you would like to further support the channel, consider becoming a channel member with the join button under the videos or a Patreon. Links down below for that. And there's loads of other links that you can help support the channel with, from Game Glass to THRUSTMASTER, loads of products that you will potentially want for your Star Citizen experience. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you in the verse.